Understanding the three phases of an audit are important for the CISA exam. You won't get asked directly to order the three phases, but a lot of questions will assume that you know the phases and understand their importance. Audits are broken down into three phases: planning, fieldwork, and reporting. An experienced auditor might point out that there are actually 13 steps. And they're right, ISACA does break down the auditing phases into 13 steps. But this is a bit too much to learn right now since this is one of the first videos. So let's just focus on those three high-level phases, with the first and one of the most important steps being planning. When deciding what to audit, auditors can't just throw a dart blindfolded and audit whatever the dart hits. They need to be deliberate with what they audit. They need to look at who, what, why, and when they are auditing. Most importantly, they need to answer these questions and link them to risk. This is a concept called risk-based audit planning, which we'll go through in detail later in the course. But it basically means instead of throwing a dart blindfolded and auditing whatever it hits first, the auditors will all agree they are going to audit the thing that has the most risk. Audit planning is a very important concept for the CISA exam, and there's a lot to learn. So in other videos, we will go into more detail. But for now, just know that audit planning is the first phase and is all about deciding the who, what, why, and when of an audit. Which leads us on to the second phase of auditing, which is fieldwork. This is where the audit actually happens. Auditors will test controls, make observations, gather evidence, and document their findings. And there are lots of tools and techniques that auditors will use during this phase to help them collect that evidence. But don't worry about those tools and techniques just yet, more on that later. Just remember that during the fieldwork phase, auditors will gather and document all their findings and evidence and begin preparing for the next phase, which is reporting. Here, the auditors will create a first draft of the audit report, which summarises the overall results, findings, and recommendations. This draft report will then be shared with the auditee to allow them to respond to any findings and agree the dates that the findings will be fixed. Once finalised, the report is formally issued and presented to an appropriate overseeing body, such as the audit committee. Then, once the agreed remediation date comes round, and if all has gone to plan, the findings will have all been remediated and each finding can be closed. Like I mentioned before, the CISA exam won't directly ask you to order these phases, but will have questions based around you understanding that planning is the first phase, where the audit is defined and risks are identified. Fieldwork is the second phase, where the audit is executed through evidence collection and control testing. And reporting is the third and final phase, where the results are communicated and remediation is tracked. There's a lot we haven't covered about the audit process in this video, and that's because I want you to focus on understanding the three high-level phases first. But don't worry, we will go through the more detailed steps later in the course as they are also important for your exam.